Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Out of the Park Baseball 22 here on GM Games. My name is Aaron, host of Around the World Sports, and we are at August 1st, 2028. We have a squeaky chair, we have an air conditioner going in the background, and that's because I'm not a professional, I guess. At any rate, we are going to sim through the rest of the regular season here in this episode. We'll see what happens at the end of the regular season, see how long these next 2 months take, and we'll go from there. So we're 68 and 38. We are 6 games up on the Padres and Dodgers. If we can hold on, this would be our first division title. We won the World Series last year, finishing second. The previous year, we won 104 games and finished third. So yeah, it's been an okay season. Offensively, we're still led by Sam Wozniak, who's just an absolute monster, an absolute hitting machine. Our pitching hasn't been great this year. It's definitely taken a step backwards from last year. Our starters have the 8th best ERA in the league. Our relievers have the 10th best. We are 7th in runs against. We're not even first in runs scored, which is so very un-Rockies-like. We have suffered some injuries this year, though, which is kind of the biggest difference. You can see right now we're without Drew Jones for another 5 weeks. We're without Luke Leiter until tomorrow, and then we lost Willie Castro for the year. Not that Castro was hitting all that well. I guess his average was up to 263, so he had come around a bit prior to the injury. He was really, really good in June, and he was even better in July. April and May weren't great, so he was starting to come around. So we're going to be without Willie Castro for the rest of the year. We're without Jones until the beginning of September, and we get Lito back tomorrow, which will be nice. Because right now we have Sal Stewart playing in right field, and he's not a good outfielder. I mean, we're trying. He's just not a good outfielder. So, So anyway. So offensively, we're plugging along. Again, a bit of a down season compared to last year. Pitching staff isn't great. In the last episode, we did make a couple of moves, though. We brought back Justin Dunn from the St. Louis Cardinals. We're going to slide him in as our number 5 starter for the rest of the year. He's made 1 start so far, gave up 4 in 4. He's a fly ball pitcher, but 3 good pitches. I mean, we all know Justin Dunn. He was with us for 3 years back in the day. And we also picked up Dominic Smith. He was the other trade deadline acquisition, and so far 9 for 40, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. Not doing great. He's playing left field for us right now. And then we made a pretty shocking move here. We sent Jack Leiter down to AAA. Jack had just not been getting it done this year. 1-0 with a 6.15 earned run average. 90 hits and 13 home runs in 71 innings. We're going to leave him in Albuquerque through August. We'll probably call him back up at roster expansion. But for now, he is an isotope. So let's start getting to this. Let's play this game. Let's get Luke Leto back in the lineup and see if we can make some hay here. And we lose 4-0 in the first game of the month. That was kind of my fear. So who do we send now? We send Chris B back to the minors. We call Luke Leto up. Come back in here. We make Leto our right fielder. Put him at the top of the lineup where he belongs. We will bat Dominic Smith against righties, and then against lefties, we are going to go Leto in right. Put him at the top of the lineup, and we're going to put Sal Stewart in left for Dominic Smith. All right, so we're 0-1. Can we win our first game of the month? No. So we continue to struggle. We have 3-game series now. It's 3 losses in a row. Finally, we pull one out 7-2. Our first win of the month. We are 1-4 now in August. Ramirez 2 hits. Looks like Smith hits a home run. We get a good game out of Glasnow, who's now 8-4. So yeah, not a great start to the month. Game 3 against San Diego. Wow, we've lost 4 out of 5 here to start the month. Now we have 3 games against the Dodgers, so we could be out of first place when this series is over, as the Dodgers have won 9 of their last 10. We lose again, and we finally win one. So 2-5 this month. Home run from Leiter, good pitching performance from Denny. Can we take 2 out of 3? No. Man, this has just been, like, I don't know, man. I don't know what we're doing here. We had a season like this a couple years ago where things just kind of went sideways and they didn't make any sense and we couldn't really make a run, and it looks like we're kind of running into the same type of thing here. We got Oklahoma City followed by Washington. Oklahoma City, Washington, and St. Louis. Where are they? So Oklahoma City's 52 and 62. Washington's 52. So we got an opportunity here. The Cardinals are in first place, but Oklahoma City and Washington are both 10 games under 500. So this would be an opportunity for us to win some games. We finally win one, or I guess we win we win 2 out of 3 now as we win this one 9-2. 4 hits, 4 RBIs for Dominic Smith, his best game as a Rocky. Ramirez, 3 hits, 4 runs scored. Cotter, 3 hits, 2 RBIs. Glasnow picks up his 9th win of the season. Can we pick up our 2nd straight win? Can we get a winning streak going? We do. We win 8-1. Leiter, couple of hits, 4 RBIs, homers twice. Holcomb and Ramirez also homer. So offense picking it up here a bit. Brubaker pitches really well. Can we get the sweep? Sweep would be nice after what we've been dealing with here. No, we lose 7-1. So 4-7 this month. 3 games out Washington now. And we win again. So that's 4 out of 6 now. So it's a little bit better streak. Still not great. We're in first place still, but it's definitely not been as good a year. Hopefully, the playoffs, things are a little bit different in the playoffs, but Ramirez 3 for 4, 6 RBIs. He homers 3 times. Luke Leto hits his 17th. Camarada picks up the win. Then he goes 5. Another game against the Nationals. It's an 8-4 loss. Can we win the series? No. Man. We're 5-9 this month. 5-9, and we are now no longer in first place. We are tied with the Padres, but they've won 9 out of 10. We've won 4 out of 10. We're only 2 games ahead of the Dodgers and 5 games up in the wild card. So we've lost 6 games already in the standings in 2.5 weeks, and now we take on the first place Cardinals. 10-7 win. We need to string together, 5, 6, 7 wins in a row here to kind of right the ship a bit. Offense spread out here a bit, although Sal Stewart homers, drives in 4. Brubaker picks up another win. Game 2 against the Cardinals. It's a 4-1 win, so back-to-back victories against the Cardinals. 4 runs in the first. Dominic Smith continues to hit well for us. 3 for 3 with an RBI. Cotter, did he homer? No, Cotter tripled in the first. Guess picks up the win. And Ben Guess, I showed you guys this at the end of last episode, but 25 starts. He's walked 11, struck out 145. It's just a crazy. He didn't walk his 10th batter until his 2nd start in August. We need the sweep here, guys. Come on. Let's go into the off day with a sweep. Let's go into the off day feeling good. All right, so 3 wins in a row over the Cardinals. We get 2 hits from Ramirez, Smith with 2 RBIs, Holcomb with an RBI. Denny picks up his 13th win of the season, striking out 12. So we get an off day followed by 3 games at Milwaukee. And where are we now? We are 3 games up because we've won our. Oh, that's good. We've won our we've won our last 3, and the Padres have lost their last 3. So that helps here a bit. Now we get 3 in Milwaukee against the Brewers. Let's keep that streak going. We do. We win 7-3. All right. So things have started to come around here a little bit. Luke Leiter hits, is it 2 home runs? Leiter homers twice, Cotter homers again. Cotter's played really, really nice in center field. I think what we might do, maybe not this year, but I think next year Cotter becomes our starting left fielder. He's got the positional ratings for it, and now he's in the wrong position in center field, but that's just because Jones is not playing. Luke Leiter has come along nicely with the bat. Again, if you remember correctly, his April was just awful. 157 in April. He had 352 in May, 213 in June, 273 in July, 368 so far here in August with 8 home runs. So the power showed up here in August when we needed it. So he's bounced back a bit. Justin Dunn picks up the win. He's got a 9.95 ERA for us in 5 starts. That ain't getting it done. All right, let's keep going. We've won, 4 in a row? Yeah, 4 in a row. Let's see if we can make it 5. We can. 5-0 shutout. Glasnow looks like he picked up the win. Dominic Smith continues to hit the ball. 322, 404, 552 with us in 29 games. 5 home runs, 19 knocked in. Ramirez with a couple of hits. Kiner Falefa with a couple of hits. Glasnow goes 6 2/3. Wins his 10th game for us this season. And we go for the sweep. Let's see if we can pick up our second straight sweep. We don't. We lose 5-1, and we have to do something with Quinn Priester, and I think that something is designate for assignment. All right, so now we got 3 games against Arizona. So we got Arizona, Miami, and Chicago. So Arizona's 59-67. Miami's 65-61, and the Cubs are in last place. So again, another stretch here where we can pick up some victories at the end of the month. So we've got 9 games. I'd like 6-3. Can we go 6-3 in these last 9? We lose our first game to Arizona. We win 3-0. We got the start in this one. Denny, 14 wins on the season after a 15-win rookie campaign, so he's bounced back nicely. Kiner Falefa, a couple of hits, or a couple of RBIs. Can we take the series against Arizona? No, we lose 8-5. So we lose a series to the last place Arizona Cardinals. So we got 6 games left. I need 5-1 in these last 6 to feel good about this month. So we win the first one. 2 hits, 3 RBIs for Leiter. Dominic Smith, a couple of hits. Leiter hits his 20th home run. Glasnow pitches well, but Camarada picks up the win. He's got 9 wins out of the bullpen for us this year. Game 2 against the Marlins. 7-1 loss, and the third game is a 2-0 win. So Ben Guess pitches here, picks up the win, goes to 9-11. Wozniak's got 41 home runs already. Justin Dunn's seen that ERA. Oh, no, he's still at an ERA of 9 for us in 6 starts. So he may get another start or 2, and that may be it because he's been pretty friggin' bad. Let's see how this final series of the month goes against the Cubs, and then we'll pause and we'll look at stats. We win 9-8, so we are going to get rid of Priester. Who got the start in this one? Denny picks up the win, even though he gives up 11 hits in 5 innings. Sademan Parker pitches, Camarada, Hicks, and Haas. We get home runs from Ely and Ramirez. Jerry and Ely with 3 RBIs. He's still not hitting, but he's still very good defensively. So as a backup outfielder, I'm fine with it. Cool. Holcomb's still stuck on 13 home runs. It's a bit of a bummer. Game 2 against the Cubs. It's a 8-3 loss. And the final game of the month is a 14-6 loss. So this was just a garbage month for us, guys. There's no other way around it. We got a 1-game lead. We were 14-15 on the month. It was just trash. So, all right, let's, we got to call up a couple of players, so we'll call Leiter back up, and probably Chris B. We're going to be boring about it, I guess. How's Norman doing? Norman is the guy we picked up from Cincinnati for Julio Negron. And I just don't think Negron's ever going to be anything other than a bullpen arm because of that changeup. Reds have him in rookie ball for some reason. But yeah, he's been okay for us so far in AAA. 10 starts. Pennell, again, he'll likely be up next season. Offense is starting to come around a bit here as we get through the rest of the season. I got to call up one more. Who do we call up? We're going to call up Ian Moeller. We get that third catcher up, I guess. And then we're going to have him set as long relief. We'll have him as an unspecified. Yeah, because I don't want Medina or Leto pitching a ton. Let's take a look at the mail. Jose Ramirez with his 400th career home run. Micker Adolfo with 3 home runs. Keston Hiura hits 3 for the Red Sox. Player development, Dunn gets a little worse, which is fine. Dominic Smith, it is what it is. Gabe Satterfield, again, somebody that I'm really excited about. It was one of those, let's dig through the draft and see what we can find. He's coming along nicely. Danny Fisher in high A ball. He's doing fine. 10 home runs, 25 RBIs, so... Chris Ferguson was our number 1 pick this past year. Not really hitting an A-ball yet. He's slugging okay. His slugging percentage is fine given what his batting average is. But we will leave him in A-ball next year as well. Cool. Luke Leto wins the NL Batter of the Month. 364, 10 homers, 25 RBIs. AL Batter of the Month is Evan Carter. AL Pitcher of the Month, Fernando Romero of the Mariners. John Madugno is the Pitcher of the Month in the NL. Rookie of the Month in the AL, Elliott Shaw. And in the National League, Omar Lopez. All right, so we're going to quickly look at the stats. We're not going to go through it like I normally do because we're going to do that again in a month once the season's over. But if we look at pitching stats, again, Guess, Denny, Brubaker, and Glasnow, our top 4 starters, have all been fine. All been very, very good. All have 3 WAR. All have FIPS of under 4. They're all at least 129 ERA plus. All have sub 4 ERAs. So absolutely no complaints out of what I'm getting out of my top 4 starters. Our bullpen has been, I don't want to say up and down. I think it's been okay. Mason Wynn is pitching pretty well. 81 strikeouts in 50 innings. He's got a 3.38 ERA, but again, an opponent's hitting 197 off him. He's striking out 14.5 per 9. His FIP's 275, so it looks like he may have just had a bad game or two. Camarada's been really good. He's got 9 wins. Not that you use that as a barometer for a reliever, but 99 strikeouts in 69 innings. Again, he's striking out 13 per 9. He's been really good too. Hicks, I wouldn't say Hicks has been a disappointment. His numbers are pretty good, but based on what we're paying him, we likely won't bring him back next year. Chad Horn, his first full season. I want, if the control can get a little better, he'll likely be a starter next year. We'll see. Leiter, this could be his final season with us. It hasn't been getting it done this year, and the contract just gets more expensive after this year. Sademan Parker has had a down year compared to last year, pretty significantly. Actually, his ERA is up almost a run and a half. His ERA plus has dropped by almost 30 points. His BABIP is about 50 points higher than it was last year, so that's playing a role in it. But he's giving up more home runs, walking more batters, striking out less. So he's not having as good a year as he did last year. Haas is a rookie. We got him in that Minnesota trade last year. He's been fine as a back of the bullpen kind of guy. Offensively, obviously we're led by the usual suspects, as it were. Sam Wesniak, 41 home runs, 96 runs knocked in. 5.4 WAR. Jose Ramirez at 3.6. Leto and Leiter is up to a 3 WAR considering the start of his season. I'll take it. He's got that on-base percentage over 400. Dominic Smith has been fantastic since coming to us. 9 home runs in 38 games. He's got a sub or he's got an OPS over 1,000. Alexios Cotter. We got as a Rule 5 guy, and he's been really good. A 922 OPS, 125 OPS plus, almost 2.5 WAR. Holcomb has been a bit of a disappointment, if I'm being completely frank, at least with the bat. He's got 13 home runs, 65 knocked in. He's only hitting 240, which is, it's what you expect out of this. Defensively, he's been good, but not great. And I think that's the disappointing thing. With these ratings, I expected his fielding stats to be much better than this. But he's only 23, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. Kiner Falefa has been a godsend. Where we would be without him right now due to the loss of Willie Castro. Yeah, he's been huge for us. Drew Romo is having a Drew Romo season. He's going to hit 250, 260. He's going to hit around 20 home runs, play elite defense, so no complaints there. And then our bench has been okay. Sal Stewart isn't really hitting as much as I would like. I need him as just my utility guy. Corner infield, corner outfield, that kind of thing. So Carter Young's gotten a bit of a shot this year. Not really hitting, but I don't expect much offensively out of him. And Jerry Neely is playing too much. With the amount he's hitting, he's playing too much. So that's where we are through September or through August. So let's move on to September here as we have a very important 3-game series against the San Francisco Giants. Game 1, it's a 4-3 win, and we get Drew Jones back. That is huge. So just as I talk about Holcomb power, he hits a home run in this one. Dominic Smith, couple of hits, couple of RBIs. Brubaker picks up the win, and it is time to bring back Mr. Jones and me. And let's get Drew right back into the lineup. Put him back in the cleanup spot. Get Ely out of there. Move everybody down. Yeah, this right away lengthens our lineup, which is huge. All right, so hopefully we're getting healthy here as we approach the postseason. Let's see what happens in Game 2. It's a 10-2 win, so we win our first 2 games of September. We jump out to a 3-0 lead and don't look back. Ramirez, 3 hits, 2 RBIs. He reaches 30 home runs for the 4th time with us. Dominic Smith, another couple hits. Holcomb with home runs in back-to-back games. Drew Romo homers. Smith homers twice. He has been so good since we traded for him. Ben Guest picks up the win. Can we get the sweep of the Giants? I was thinking about it. Yes, 6-3. So good start to the month. Sal Stewart, 2 for 2 with a couple of singles, couple RBIs. Camarada picks up another win, our reliever with 10 wins on the season. Leiter with a couple of hits. Holcomb homer again. He did. That's 3 straight games for Braden Holcomb. Then he goes 5. Camarada pitches 6th and 7th. Wynn picks up his 37th save. Cool. So good start to the month. We now have a 3-game set at Atlanta. It's thinking. And we lose 6-5 and 11. All right. Game 2. Game 3, can we avoid the sweep? No, we get swept by Atlanta. So we sweep the Giants, then get swept by Atlanta, and we are in second place. We are a game out of first place, and we are only 2 games up. Or no, I guess we're 6 games up, so we're 8 games up in the wild card. But yeah, we're now a game behind the Padres. All right, well, looks like we might have to wild card our way through the postseason again this year. Let's see what happens in Game 1 against Cincinnati. An 11-2 victory. 7-run first inning. Carter Young with 3 RBIs. Cotter homers. Wesniak homers. Smith homers again. Ben Guest picks up his 11th win, evening his record. Game 2. is an 11-4 win, so back-to-back wins, back-to-back 11-run outbursts. Braden Holcomb, 4 hits, 4 RBIs. He is a man on fire. Homers again. Wozniak, 3 hits. Average at 330. Knocks in his 100th run. Dominic Smith hits another home run. Look at his numbers for us, guys. In 46 games, he's put up 1.4 WAR, 13 home runs, 33 runs knocked in. The only reason the WAR's not higher is he's really, really bad in the outfield. But he is really, really good with the bat. So, all right, game 3. Can we get the sweep over Cincinnati? Let's see. We do, and that's a weird month for us, guys. We sweep San Francisco, get swept by Atlanta, sweep Cincinnati, and we dominated Cincinnati. That's 32-8 in 3 games. Ramirez 2 for 3. He knocks in his 102nd run. Perez plays first base in this one. Has 3 hits, 3 RBIs. Hits a home run. Glasnow picks up his 11th win of the season. Now we go to Shea to take on the Mets. Another win, 3-2, so that's 4 wins in a row. Luke Leiter looks like he homered. Yep, Leiter with his 22nd. Justin Dunn, 5 shutout innings. Finally pitches a good game. Well, I mean, I guess. Walks 4, gives up 4 hits, doesn't strike anybody out, but picks up the win. Game 2 against the Mets. And we win 1-0. And Justin Dunn's going to be out for a week and a half, which is fine. We'll just slot somebody else in there. Brubaker goes to 13-6. So we do have to make a move here. We don't really need to put him on the... We can just take him out. I think, let's give Mr. Leiter a shot here down the stretch and see how it goes. Can we pick up the sweep over the Mets and win our 6th straight baseball game? Maybe? No, we lose 4-1. All right, so where are we standings-wise? We're tied. We are tied with San Diego for first place in the NL West. Man, I really, really, really don't want to have to play another wild card game. And this is the series right here. We got a 3-game series with San Diego coming up. So let's see how things go against Pittsburgh. 4-3 loss. So we're still tied. Looks like San Diego lost as well. Game 2 is a 7-6 win. And we're starting to suffer some injuries now. Camarada's out for 2 to 3 weeks. I guess we'll stick him on the 15-day DL. Hopefully we get him back by the time the postseason starts. And we will call up Spencer Miles. And we'll run with this. So we win. I mean, that's good that we won. And we came back. We were down 5-1 going into the bottom of the 7th. Scored 6 times in the 7th and 8th. Home runs from Leiter and Smith. Paz gets the win. Win gets the save. I like saying that. Win gets the save. And game 3 against Pittsburgh. It's a 10-3 victory. Jones, 2 hits, 3 runs knocked in. Jerry and Ely had looks like a pinch hit home run. Did Holcomb get hurt? Yep. And it's pending. Of course, because, right, why wouldn't it be? Romo homers twice, has 4 hits. Young knocks in 4. And it looks like we could be without Holcomb here for a bit. Let's see what happens. Game 1 against Philadelphia. It's a 12-4 win. We're in first place right now. So, I mean, that's a good thing. Leiter scores 3 times. Wozniak, 3 hits, 3 RBIs. Drew Jones, 3 hits and 5 runs knocked in. Jones homers, Wozniak homers. Brubaker picks up the win. Any news on... No news yet, and that's not a good thing. It's usually not good when you get a delay this long. So, let's see what happens in Game 2 against Philadelphia. 6 weeks. Yep, so we lose Holcomb for the entirety of the postseason. Now, that sucks. Injuries have come up and bit us in the ass this year, guys. It hasn't been good. Game 3 against Philadelphia is a 7-2 win, so at least we're going to go in to the San Diego series with the division lead. Whether or not we come out of it with the division lead, I don't know. Ramirez homers, knocks in 3. Cotter's got that average up over 300. Glasnow. Did Glasnow get hurt? Come on. Thankfully, it's only a day-to-day injury. Parker picks up the win. Horn, Medina, and Miles pitch well. So, yeah, I mean, I guess I can't really complain if you look at, we've got Holcomb's out for 6 weeks. Glasnow's day-to-day. Camerata's out for 2 weeks. Castro and Dunn. And then if you look at San Diego, I mean, I can't really complain, right? So, we are 1 game up. We have a huge 3-game series here against San Diego. Let's see what happens. Game 1. It's a 7-3 win, so we are now 2 games up in the NL West. That means, worst case scenario, we come out of this series tied. We get 3 RBIs from Young. Carter Young playing really well since being forced into the starting lineup. Denny picks up his 17th win of the season. Game 2 is another win, 4-2. So we've won 6 out of 7 here, and this one's in 10 innings. Leto, 2 hits, 2 runs scored. Wesniak hits his 45th home run of the year. Leiter with back-to-back solid starts. So it looks like the trip to the minors did him some good. 2 runs in 5, this time 1 run in 6 1/3. 3 scoreless outings as a bullpen arm. So since he's come back, he's shown up. All right, so Game 3 against San Diego. Can we sweep the Padres? We do, and we blow them out. We win 10-0. And this was a 0-0 game going into the 7th inning. We score 1 run in the 7th and then 9 runs in the 8th. Leto 3 hits. Wesniak homers again. Drew Jones homers. Young drives in 2 more. Brubaker gets his 15th win of the year. So our top 2 of Brubaker and Denny are really getting it done. So we are now, 4 games up on San Diego? 4 games up on San Diego, 7 games up on the Dodgers. So it looks like, we've already made the playoffs. It just comes down to whether or not we can clinch the division. So let's just keep playing here and see if we can lock down our first division title. Game 1 at home against LA. It's a 7-4 loss. Game 2. It's an 8-5 loss in Game 3. Finally, we win 9-4. We took 1 out of 2. Where are we this month? 16-8. All right, so we've bounced back this month. That's nice to see. Leto, is that a home run for Leto? Nope. Looks like our only home run was Drew Jones. He hits his 16th. Ramirez has 114 runs knocked in. Stewart scores 3 times. Carter Young, 2 more hits. Jim Denny picks up his 18th victory of the season. And did we clinch with that one? Because there's 3 games left. No, we got a 2-game lead over the Padres. So our magic number is, 2? As we take on Oklahoma City? Am I getting that right? Yeah, right there. Magic number's 2. All right. So we either need to win 2 games, have San Diego win 2 games, or we need to have a combination of us winning 1 and them losing 1. So let's see what happens in Game 1. 14-3 win. So we come out swinging here in Game 1. Brubaker gets his 16th win of the year. Drew Jones homers twice. Dominic Smith hits his 16th home run for us in 62 games. Hits 35 home runs on the year. Ramirez with his 36th. Drives in 5. Wesniak, 2 hits, 3 RBIs. Leto, 3 hits. Carter Young, 3 more hits at short. He has been fantastic since we had to put him in the starting lineup. So if we win this game, we win the division. Let's see what happens. 4-3-11. So we win our first division crown. It only took us, 8 years. 7 years to win the World Series. 8 years to win our first division crown. We win this one in extra innings. Another great season for Jose Ramirez. 37 home runs, 121 runs knocked in. Leiter with his 3rd straight strong outing of the year. Since coming back, he has been terrific. Look at his September here. 7 games, 2.22 ERA, 24 innings, 19 strikeouts. He's been really, really good since coming back. So hopefully he can keep that up. So yeah, we've got 1 game left. Who's scheduled to start? I want to make sure it's not. Yeah, I guess Guess can pitch on the final game of the year. Are you kidding me? Are you bleeping kidding me? This game, man. This game does not want me to succeed. This game does not want me to win back-to-back this year. I'm convinced. So Parker is okay. NL Batter of the Month, Acuna. Pete Alonso wins it in the AL. Pitcher of the Month in the AL is Bobby Gary. In the National League, Tanner Brubaker, who was phenomenal this year. We'll look at the stats here in a minute. And I think we are going to play 1 game, so I think we'll play at least our first elimination game in the playoffs. Tommy Specht wins the Rookie of the Year in the AL. Kevin Newsom in the NL. Ronald Acuna wins the Triple Crown. 334, 58, 169 RBIs. Nice with a 1 for Ronald Acuna Jr. We have our 3rd straight 100-win season, and it was the worst of the 3 years, and it was the first year we won the division. So we won 104 games back in 2026. We finished 3rd. 102 games in 2027, finished 2nd. Win 100 games on the nose here in 2028 and finish 1st. We are going to have to do something with our lineup, though, because we are without our leadoff hitter for the postseason. I guess we call up Chris B. Oh. Send him down, bring B up. All right, well, let's set our lineup for the postseason and play some postseason baseball. So Carter Young obviously becomes our starting shortstop. I think we're going to stick Cotter in right field and bat him leadoff. Nope, bat him leadoff in right field. No, I don't want to play Sal Stewart every second game. We're going to leave Carter Young where he was in the lineup because he was hitting. And we'll look at the stats in a minute, guys. I mean, you can probably see him as I'm screwing around with this. But and then against lefties, I don't want Cotter out there, I don't think. Yeah, Cotter's lost against lefties. I'm going to get Young out there at short. Move him down some. And B's no good again. It's got to be Jerry and Ely just because of the defense. But he's not going to bat leadoff. My leadoff guy against lefties is going to be Sal Stewart. I'm not thrilled about this. Not thrilled about this at all. Let's copy our lineup. Let's paste our lineup. So this is with the DH. It's going to be Sal Stewart as the third baseman. Jose Ramirez will be the DH. Move everybody up one. And then lefties, we will paste, and we will get Ely out there, and Sal Stewart. What'd I do? I took out Kiner Falefa. Didn't mean to do that. Third base, DH. And we will move Dominic Young down one spot, move him up there, do a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and our lineups are set. All right, so pitching. We know who we're going with as our top four, right? I mean, Glasnow, Brubaker, Guess, and Denny have all been just fantastic this year. Even Guess, who was only 11 and 14, was our highest WAR pitcher. Put up 4.5 WAR 3.65 FIP, 115 ERA plus. He struck out 11 per walk, 192 strikeouts, only 17 walks on the season. Brubaker and Denny, 34 and 12 between the two of them. They were both terrific. No complaints. Home runs were sitting right at about 1. Walks were right at about 2 for both of them. Again, ERAs right around 4. FIPs all sub 4. Glasnow continues to pitch well. He was 11 and 5 this year with a 3.6 WAR. So 70 and 50 with 20 WAR in 6 seasons with the Rockies. So good for, what is that? Just under 3.5 WAR a year, or right at 3.5 WAR a year over his 5 seasons. So I'll certainly take it. I will certainly take it out of Tyler. Mason Wynn is his first full season as a closer. Was pretty darn good. 61 innings, only 8 home runs, struck out 97, walked 18. Opponents hit 200 against him. Again, Hicks was good, not great, but he was good. For $10 million, again, I expected more, but he did strike out 101 in 79 innings, so I'm not gonna complain too much. Chad Horn was our main setup guy. You can see he had 27 holds on the year. He struck out over 170 innings. He was good too. Leiter had a nice bounce back September after a difficult year to say the least. Unsure what the future holds for him. Justin Dunn wasn't very good after coming back. You can see a 7.24 ERA, so he will stay in the bullpen in the postseason. Haas as a rookie, 3.88 ERA was good. Sademan Parker, looks like he bounced back 2 over the second half of the season as a bullpen arm. Yeah, you can see July and August, even September with his ERA of 4.20. 3 decent months in a row here as once we moved him out of the rotation. So Carter Smith, his first full year was okay-ish. Walked more than I would have expected with a 57 control, but and really, frankly, gave up more home runs than I would have expected, being that he's a ground ball pitcher and has got a 73 movement. And then Adonis Medina just continues to kind of plug away for us. He's been around forever. Just finishing up his 6th season with us. He's 27 and 8 in 6 seasons with us as a bullpen arm. So he's one of those guys who's just been hanging around. And then lineup-wise, again, led by Sam Wesniak. Missed about 20 games. Obviously, compared to last season, wasn't quite as good. The average was up. On-base percentage was about the same. Slugging was almost identical. It didn't walk as much, but made up for that with the batting average. Still 6.5 WAR. One of the top MVP candidates, although it's likely to go to Acuna because he won the Triple Crown. Ramirez with another fantastic year for us. Look at what Jose Ramirez has done for us in 5 seasons. 5 years in Colorado, he's had 183 home runs. He's good for 32, almost 33 WAR in 5 seasons. 4.5 WAR is his second worst year with us. And that's mostly because of his defense starting to decline, but still hit almost 300. OPS of over 900. He was terrific again. Dominic Smith came in and provided a ton of offense for us when we needed it. Hit 300 on the nose, 1.5 WAR, 16 home runs, 40 knocked in. So very, very good trade deadline pickup for us there. Alexius Cotter, an absolutely fantastic rookie campaign as a Rule 5 guy. Started 56 games, played in 140 total, hit 42 extra base hits, had 30 doubles in his 83 hits, had a 525 slugging, 2.5 WAR as a 23-year-old. Like I said, he's in line to battle for that starting left field position next year. Drew Romo had another good year, 2.2 WAR, 17 home runs. He was fine. Drew Jones missed a bunch of time. Average was a bit light. Not crazy about that. But, again, still played really, really well defensively. So he's fine in our lineup. Maybe he's not going to be that superstar, number one, elite player. But if he hits 20 home runs and can play great defense in center field, we'll take it. Connor Falefa was terrific, again, playing multiple positions, but really coming in after Willie Castro got hurt. Chris B is organizational depth, although he did hit 320 this year, so a really good year with the bat. Sal Stewart was okay. He was okay. put up almost a identical season to last year's. OPS plus was down a little bit, hit a few more home runs, a few less doubles. I think he'll settle into that utility role. Again, corner infield, corner outfield. He's a pretty good infielder, and he's a passable outfielder. So I think that's a great position for him. Carter Young was terrific after coming in for Holcomb, who was hurt. Ricardo Perez, another Rule 5 pick for us, was fine as our backup catcher. No complaints. And then Moeller didn't play much, and then Jerry and Ely was just bad with the bat, but good defensively. If we look at our pipeline, Kevin Norman was the guy we got for Negron, and he ended up okay. 5-3 with a 4.71. He'll be in line to get a starting spot next season. He's got 5 pitches. 4 of them are well above average. Already throws 100 miles an hour, so solid player there. I like him a lot. Mike Hennon. How did he end up doing? He was pretty good in A-ball. 16 home runs, 75 RBIs, so he'll likely be a Double-A candidate next year. I don't know that he's ever going to field enough, but he could be a valuable trade piece if necessary. Horn, we've talked about. Pinnell ended up hitting pretty well. 837 OPS, 106 OPS plus, 24 home runs. So he'll be up next season, whether or not he's a starter or not. He and Cotter both bat lefty. Neither of them are particularly good against lefties, so we might have to figure something out there, but that's not a problem for this episode. Hector Quintanilla, we need to get him out of rookie ball as he abused it. So we will call him up to high A, and we will disable AI promotion. Yeah, I mean, OSA doesn't like our prospects at all. I mean, we've got one in the top 100. But we've got some that I think are going to be pretty good. I think Norman's going to be really good. I think Pinnell is going to be really good. I think Danny Fisher is going to be really good. So we've got some bats that I think are better than what OSA thinks. Ike Acker has an opportunity. He's already 23, but he has an opportunity to hit 320 in Double-A this year. Kevin Mathis has got 90-plus power, 98 potential power. Hit 38 home runs in A-ball this year as a 20-year-old. In fact, he may, with those ratings, he may be ready for Double-A next year. So I think our prospects are a lot better than what OSA does. Yeah, how long have I been going for? 47 minutes. I think I'm going to call it, guys. I think I'm going to call it. I think we're going to start off the live stream on Sunday with some postseason baseball. I don't know who we're going to be playing. Let's take a look. Playoff coverage. Wild card. Nope. Standings. Nope. Playoffs. Playoff tree. So we're going to be taking on either the Dodgers or the Padres. Of course we are. Because for the 6th consecutive season, I think the 4th consecutive season, the top 3 teams in the National League all reside in the NL West. At least this year, we win the division, so we don't have to play that wild card. So we'll be taking on either the Dodgers or the Padres in the NLDS. Tyler Glasnow will get that opening day start as he is our go-to guy. Following him up, however, with Brubaker and Denny, I like our chances. I got to do it like this, I guess. Well, I guess I don't, because by the time the playoffs start, our pitching staff should be completely rested. So, so that's going to do it, guys. We win the division for the first time in our 8 seasons. We pick up our 3rd straight 100-win season. We had great years out of people we've come to expect great years out of. We've got some injuries that we're going to be dealing with. We are missing our entire middle infield. Braden Holcomb, Willie Castro, both out for the season. Luke Lito out for the season. We get Camerata back in a couple of days, which is good. But actually, I need to make sure that he is on the playoff roster. Is he on the playoff roster? He's not. I got to get him out there, though. Chris B will come off. Camerata will go back on. So we'll get Camerata back in a couple of days. He'll be ready to go. So we've got some injuries we're dealing with in the postseason. Hopefully we can overcome with the Carter Young, Kiner Falefa middle infield rather than Castro and Holcomb. We'll see what happens. And we will see what happens on Sunday night, 7 p.m. on the GM Games Twitch channel. Guys, I appreciate your support as always. Drop the GM Game guys a subscribe on their channel, like the video, head over to their Discord, join their Discord over there. And as always, appreciate your support. I already said that. I'll talk to everybody soon. Bye-bye.